And welcome back to the Who Would Win that I didn't get to on Friday and I'm getting to now. And then it's the week of Who Would Win starting tomorrow. Don't judge me. So we got Rock Lee versus Asta from Black Clover. This comes to us from, I believe, NN Productions. This is going to be a quick one, simply because it's kind of, to me, it's kind of obvious, but not quite. Rock Lee obviously was born without the ability to really use chakra, so he focused solely on his taijutsu ability. In Naruto, there's some crazy like speed, strength, and physical feats. Rock Lee is among the people who's pulling those off. Even in his base form, he can disappear and reappear like that. Like it's faster than the eye can see. When taking the weights off, his speed increases dramatically. And then obviously going into the Hidden Lotus, the amount of power it takes to use that attack. Then in how fast he's actually moving. It's not clear how fast he's moving. Once he goes into his Hidden Lotus abilities. What we do know is that each gate is an amped up version of the next. Well, the gate of healing, not so much. The gate of healing will just kind of heal your body a bit. Then you go into the third, fourth, and beyond. That's where you're upping the ability level a bit. So it's very difficult to know how fast he's going. He's not going light speed. We know that. But it's pretty obvious he is breaking the sound barrier on some level. He's moving so fast that it looks like there's multiple copies of him. He's hitting with the force to crater the earth itself. He's also master of Drunken Fist, and he's very capable of using ninja weapons. Asta was born with the ability to use magic in Black Clover, but because he was born without this ability, this is what allowed him to have his grimoire, which is basically anti-magic. Technically, isn't anti-magic a form of magic? It's just designed to counteract other magic, regardless. Which takes the form, generally speaking, of different blades, which have different abilities. However, I'm not going to go over those abilities in this video, which is why it's a shorter video, on the grounds for the reason that the ability to negate magic doesn't mean anything in this fight, because Rock Lee doesn't have magic to use. And when I put him against, I believe, who did I put him up against? I put him up against a different magic user. I think I put him up against Merlin from Seven Deadly Sins. That's a different scenario because she does have magic. Now, whether or not magic works in the same way it does in Black Clover, that's a different thing. That's a different thing entirely. But still, she had magic. In this, there's no point in going over the sword's abilities when he doesn't have magic. Now, granted, the swords can still be used as swords. They're kind of on the blunt side, but apparently he has, in recent chapters, learned how to use them for actual cutting. That said, though, the anti-magic does have another source of power where he can actually envelop himself, creating what is known as Black Asta, which is basically heightens all his physical abilities, basically makes him impervious to magic in some regard, physical strength, speed, durability, all that. He does, in fact, I'm going to get Black Asta up here right now. If I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like a berserker form to some degree, where he can lose some control over himself. Let's see here. Now, there it is, Black Asta. There's partial Black Asta anyway. Give me 1 second to actually get this up, because I know people are going to get on my case if I don't at least address it properly. And people are going to get on my case regardless. I've had a lot of people say that I'm either kind of a moron or I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever. Honestly, it doesn't bother me that much. It really does, if at all. It bothers me that people think that, but look, I'm one guy. I do the best I can with the information I can find, and if it doesn't agree with you, that's fine. Do I occasionally show maybe a little bias towards something? I'll even admit, yes, occasionally I do, but whatever. I do the best I can as one guy who has basically just got pictures on screen, and I'm looking up the information. But anyway, he learns to channel the energy throughout his body, attains a form where anti-magic courses through him and covers parts of him. To activate this form, he must stand still with one of his swords and concentrate on circulating the energy, which leaves him open for attack. The form is drawn to strong magic. He's drawn to strong and greatly increases his strength and speed while granting him the ability to fly. Form also clears his mind of all doubts, and his strange thoughts improves his focus and clarity of mind. Okay, see there, that's why I should have looked it up. And that's why I did look it up, because I was wrong about the whole losing himself thing. Since the form automatically targets strong magic, Asta does not have conscious reaction to an attack, but he also has no control over what he targets. Form does not block all magic as cast at Asta. Begins to coat him more and more. The overflowing energy swirls around him and erodes magic near him. Soon after the intense battle with the elves and the devil, Asta gained better control over his Black Asta form, being able to use the great portion of his power on his own, whereas he does not fly around out of control. So essentially, Asta is, in fact, you know what, we're just going to, since I'm there now. I'll just use that as the image now. That probably would have been a better image to use anyway. Like, will you just go there? Just, Okay, we good? We good? Okay, we good. So that's all well and good. That's great. Again, the problem is the only thing that's really going to be doing in this fight is enhancing his physical abilities. Because again, Rock Lee doesn't have any magic. So this is just coming down to physical ability to physical ability. Granted, both of them can enhance their physical abilities, but that's what this fight's coming down to. So these two square off, and in the base form, Rock Lee's got the advantage. A, because he just moves at greater speeds naturally than Asta does. And I have seen and watched a little Black Clover, so I do know a little bit about it. And from what I've seen, yeah, Asta isn't as fast or even physically as strong as Rock Lee is naturally. Rock Lee is also a trained ninja. He's trained in martial arts, whereas Asta's kind of a self-taught guy. Granted, swordsmanship he did learn from an actual master later on, but actual hand-to-hand combat, that's Rock Lee's master. That's his forte. That's what he's trained in. So, I mean, they'll start out and, Asta will do his best. Lee will kind of just, keep him at bay. And then he pulls out a sword. Lee actually has to block it. It's like, all right, fine. You want to go play rough? First gate of open. First gate. I can't even remember the gates. First gate open. And, he comes in. He's moving faster than Asta can keep up now with. And Asta has, focuses, starts channeling his black Asta form. Rock Lee sees the opening, does the primary loss, throws him down on the ground. But as he, Lee's just huffing and puffing, Asta gets up in black Asta form, rushes him and just boom, slashes right into Lee, just cuts him, and he's in pain, he's bleeding. He's doing the best to try to avoid it, but Asta at this point now is physically more able than Lee is, and is just completely overwhelming him. But then Lee starts to power up into the other gates, goes all the way to the 5th, which I think we know is his limit. I don't know once we got past the original series or Shippuden, if he ever learned to go past that. For all as I know, 5th was his limit. And, he powers up all the way to the 5th. Gate of Pain, open! And then they basically go toe-to-toe again. Except this time now Lee is rushing towards it. And they basically just clash in a big, power blast. And basically they flop down onto the ground. And both of them get up. But there's a reason for why both of them get up, comparatively. And that is Asta. And here's the thing. When thinking about this, I thought it was pretty obvious at first who it was. But I realized Asta's got one advantage over Lee that Lee doesn't have, and it's that damn black Asta form. Now, in terms of physicality and everything like that, I do think Rock Lee would overtake Asta, but that form actually gives him an extra. It's gives him an armor basically, even though it's not magic. It's still giving an armor. It's still absorbing a certain amount of the blow from Lee, whereas Lee is taking all the damage that Asta is dishing out to him. So when they clash, they both get up. Asta's bleeding and Lee's bleeding, but Asta's he's still ready to go again. However, Lee's ready to fight, but he realized that it's the same thing as what happened with this fight with Gar, where kind of just passes out on his feet. It's a holy crap, this guy's passed out. Oh well, that was a good fight. I guess I should give me a good fight. I guess I should let me see if I can just move that real quick. There we go. I guess I should, thank him by finding him a place. It's like, oh man, this guy's heavy. Okay, come on, buddy. It's kind of go with the gin for you. Settle be to my con. So honestly, I actually thought it was going to be Rock Lee, because Rock Lee is a master martial artist, completely overwhelmed Asta in base form. But the fact is that black Asta form actually gives him enough protection that while he would definitely take a serious hit from Lee at 5th gate form, it would have probably absorbed enough of it that he would be able to keep on fighting a bit longer than Rock Lee would. But Rock Lee would probably be passed out from the excess blow that he'd take from Asta. So I actually got to go Asta in this fight. I thought it would be Lee, but I think it's going to be more Asta. But let me know what you think. You think it's Asta or you think it's Rock Lee? Totally opinion. This was just totally opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want me to review something, put in the comments below. Was going to do a review for my spoiler review for Rise of Skywalker, but you know what? I'm probably just not going to get around to that. So that was all for my videos today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.